and walking the extra mile to work with the students, which we're very impressed with. Could you tell us a little bit about the process and how you feel the students have benefited?
Right. Well, after the children were introduced to the project, when they visited Liebherr, they were very enthusiastic about how they were going to approach the fundraising. All the ideas very much came from them. They fired everything. I told them I was their facilitator and they were leading it. And I was just overwhelmingly impressed, really, by when I met with them at lunchtimes. They were organising the meeting, which way it would go, how they were going to raise the funds, and so forth. I thought one of their biggest ideas was that they were going to organise a market stall in Biggleswade. And one of the lads' mother works for the local authority, so she organised a charity stall for them that they didn't have to pay for. So at 7:30 one Saturday morning, one very cold Saturday morning, they took themselves off there, dragging me along with them, and we had a lot of fun. We didn't on that day raise an awful lot of money, but I just think it was the process and how they went about it and some of the ideas they had. At the end of the time on this market stall, I think we were there for about 4 hours, we hadn't sold some items, and one of them had this inspiration that we could go up to a local bike shop and see if they would buy our bikes and wheels. So off they went, and lo and behold, they came back having raised the money. When it came to the second stage, they were delighted when they were invited to go to the second stage of going into Bedford and dressing the window. And when it came to that stage again, the ideas all very much came from them. I provided the environment, one of my colleagues helped them with the artwork, but it was them leading it. And they had this idea of, because it was Valentine's week, you know, love sport, love charity, and off they went, coming up with their idea. We went off to Bedford, where we dressed the window. I was wondering how long it would take us and how interesting it would be. Actually, they had a ball. It was very funny. It was very funny watching them going through that whole process. The guy in Sports Trader was incredibly helpful, and they did a really good job and loved it. I can't think what else to say, really, apart from it's just been delightful that it's reached a conclusion. I think for the children who've been very motivated by everything, to actually have this concluding event where Gary came and presented them with a cheque, and we had a representative from Biggleswade Swimming Club. It just allowed them to see their work through from the beginning to the end, and I think they've learned an awful lot about running a business, and they've learned a lot about people who stay the course and people who don't, because some of their colleagues fell by the wayside, but these 5 were really driven young people.
Superb. Can I just thank you once again for your incredible efforts, so many thanks.
You're welcome.
Cheers, Karen.